So this is what it looks like. Then working at an advertising agency, and I didn't like since I was working with Inkscape, we had to work with Adobe tools, but whenever I got a chance, I started using Inkscape, and I got some friends who also had copies, like, looking at it and showing how spider works and how amazing it is when you can't when you're not sure about what you're doing. And but then I was looking at all the other softwares, kind of next level of things. This is kind of to down what we can do with the tools. So I was really happy with things. It was really familiar, and I was going to Inkscape from Illustrator. Most of the things were similar, the interaction and the things, but where I was given these images to, like, my mom gave these images to repair them and retouch them. And as a challenge, I thought I'd do it in gym. So I was using all these softwares on the Mac. But because I found it really hard, it was totally different from compared to Inkscape similarities to Illustrator. It was completely different. So I had but achieved this goal, but I ended up doing something like this on gym. So have created, and but then later on I really understood that there's no need for actually, like, this gaming was in many ways better than others. Especially I realized that with the export feature, the whole thing about JPEG and save as on Photoshop and on GP4. So when I was looking for how to save and JPEG, actually I realized actually it makes sense. And this is a project that my friends and I did for a group of volunteers trying to do anti-racism campaigns in Sri Lanka. So we did this project using and Inkscape, but I had this interesting incident. I remember specifically, I had to send over some files for a friend to get it edited and printed. I sent it files, and it was this. I downloaded it and tried. Then the next step of this people who are in the time to give like a great something to their body to understand the truth of the life, or understand the true nature of the life and truth. So then next step for me and my friends who were working in the was to look at the different options, how we can actually work more towards using these free tools, because one thing was by this time I was starting to make money, and we had to I had to think about how I'm going to use, what tools I'm going to use, and what are going to be my motives and ethics. So I wanted to actually, we were using all these Libre tools on Mac and Windows, and I wanted to move towards actually using more free software from OS itself. So I was going around asking different people. I emailed some guys at Libre Graphics magazine as well, and OSP mailing list as well, asking which Linux distro you using and things like that. Mix like different mix of opinions and ideas, and when I was looking through the forums also, it was all this like mixed thing. I couldn't actually understand why there is not just one way, then actually I feel that is the nature of what we receive. So then here, this is the second stage of the suffering, or the chosen suffering path that I took, kind of suffering. So this is a harmonious from it's a collective of people like few friends and myself. We are working together on the that's project. So that's one of the projects that we did using the tools, and this is a big finance company in Sri Lanka, and they asked us to do the annual basic calendar for them. So this was most of the work was done on using Inkscape, but the photos were edited using Photoshop because the banks, finance companies, creative team was also involved, and they had to go run back and forth and edit it. I tried to sort of get them to using, but it was hard because of the differences between the interfaces. They couldn't get used to it right away, uh, and actually when we quoted them, it was a higher than they could eat, but we wanted money, and we also kind of quoted higher because it was anyone, they asked for a lower quote, but they wanted to speak with us. So what we did was, as in but because we got the open, we released the photograph unlicensed, that we would give them a discount. So these photos are right now on with the under CC licenses. So the next project I'm going to show you is this is a small vintage poster gallery in Sri Lanka. So as you can see, they're using these like notebooks, pencil type. Okay. So they were full typefaceable. But again, same story. When we quoted them, they wanted a gold intact and can be done. But what they were like, as you can see, it's a really small, they have enough cash limits into it right now. So then but we went ahead and we asked them if they're willing to openly release the font under OFL license, and they said okay, and we gave them a small discount, and we developed the full typeface. It's still like in development, and then since it was already open source under OFL, we managed to actually get funding to expand this fund into Sinhala and Tamil. So it's funded by Google funds. So the fund and and the yeah, 5 minutes.
We have so many slides. There's like 5 minutes left. If you want some time for questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So yes, yeah. Okay, so just quickly, I think the final step of the community the community. So we are right now on installing software to make it easier for ourselves. We have made some small tools, and yeah, that's basically it. I'm sorry about the timing.
Wait, can you show the slide again? Time is a bit cheaper over there.
Yeah, so sorry. So I mean, I was about to tell you about the outcomes of this movie, and I think it's gonna work really well here. So Sri Lanka had the highest number of GSOC participants over the last year, and Sri Lanka has this like really nice open source project, like really big project initiated here. And I think like getting people from here to work on the projects is possible, and I've tested it, and we are trying to actually make tools for ourselves, and you can check out our GitHub and my GitHub and our website to see some of the projects that we are doing. We are doing this small tool compared to what you guys are doing called Animator to animate repository animate SVG using Spark share commits, so you can see the whole workflow of a project. So things like that we are trying out to actually contribute back as well. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Some people that have questions to ask. Yeah, show yourself. You can see. So, can you switch on your camera? So, any questions? So maybe yes. Maybe you can, I have a question. So you described your, it's really late night, so you described your path into using free and open source software. You talked about the problems and the pains, but also can you say something about, let's say, very pleasurable moments? Moments that you thought, like, wow. Yeah. I'm talking the microphone into you itself.
Okay.
So I was, like you talked about the trouble of coming into the free software and open source software. But could you give us an example?
Yeah.
You thought was really nice.
Yes. Especially when I started using Inkscape, it was really inspired me to see the Google Plus group on Inkscape. Like it's a really active group.
So that was a fantastic ending. Something we will see more of at our last talk. But thank you very much, Pathum. So our next speaker is Miriam Zera from